I chose UW Oshkosh for a number of factors. One, my brother had gone here, so I already had a certain familiarity with the university. There are a number of reasons I also chose my specific fields of study. French, it was a very natural progression. I had taken French in high school. Theater, I had done some theater in high school, not terribly much, sort of off and on. But my freshman year, I auditioned for a play, and I got in. I was very much into art in high school and even earlier. I had taken both art and art history for years beforehand, and I knew I wanted to pursue art. Women's studies was sort of the surprise one. It covered such a broad range of topics that it sort of was a natural fit, even looking at my other areas. And so after taking that course and one or two other women's studies courses, I just thought, well, I enjoy it and I'm doing well in it, why not just take on the minor? And so I did, and I will actually now be the first male graduate of that department, which is kind of interesting. I think the quality of education at UW Oshkosh really is fantastic. I've always had professors who have taken an interest in me both personally and academically, which is a great help, I think, in any educational system. They were always willing to work with me. They're willing to hear my ideas, regardless of what field I was working on or which department I was working in. Even in departments that weren't directly tied to me, they'd be very helpful, they'd be very open, and they'd be willing to listen to very diverse opinions, which is one of the foundations, I think, of having a good educational background. There's a number of plans I have for my future. I would like to go on to grad school. I've already been looking at one in particular, the University of Minnesota, Minneapolis, Twin Cities. I've been looking at programs in feminist studies and design, possibly work through up to a PhD. I've been very involved on campus too in a variety of clubs and organizations. Through my clubs and organizations, I got to meet not only people who had similar backgrounds, similar ideas to me, but also experienced people with very divergent ideas from what I was used to. And to be able to engage with other people with those different backgrounds, it allowed me to see new perspectives that I hadn't even considered before. And in addition to that, just meeting new people. Some of those people are people who I met them 4 years ago, and they've moved on to other states or even other countries, and they still keep in contact with me and exchange ideas, and we exchange notes and our academics and all these areas, both personal and educational. And I don't think I would have gotten that experience had I not joined the clubs and organizations that I did. If I had to sum up my experiences at UW Oshkosh, I would say they were challenging because it is hard to keep a schedule that full, to engage in that many degrees, to engage in that many organizations. But I think it was those things that made it ultimately all the more rewarding to graduate. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.